Welcome back. Gore the Dog Butcher. Welcome back to another Worthless Mutts. Hope everyone is having a dog-free weekend, week, day, dog-free year as much as possible. The positive, post for this video is tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn from Benjamin Franklin. Which brings true, with anything that we do, whether you're a child, an adult, just by telling people what to do isn't always gonna help. And we have to be able to teach, and not all of us are teachers and are capable of teaching or have patience and are organized and all that, but for foremost, in order to get, someone to learn something or to do something, sometimes you have to teach them what to do. And if you just tell them, they're going to forget. But if you teach them and involve them, they're going to remember and they're going to be able to finish the task, whatever task it is that needs to be done. But anyways, it is Dognuttery in Canada, episode number 10, and I'm going to call this one Wild Dog Nut Country. I'm going to be discussing a lot of things in this video, so I may go over an hour, but nevertheless, it's all good. Again, shine the light on the Dognuttery that has been going on in Canada, that always has been. This is just not a country thing. This is also global. It's a global catastrophe. This dog culture is a global catastrophe. Things that are happening here in Canada happens in the U.S. and all over. We ought to remember that. Have to remember it. Some people have it worse. Some people have it in another way. But Dognuttery is still Dognuttery. Anytime, any place where this dog is involved, it creates problems. It does. It really does. And it's not just about the owner. Yes, the owner is also responsible for bringing these disgusting, worthless mutts. Yes, the owner is responsible. But at the end of the day, at the root of it all is always going to be the dog. Whether you have the dog there and a owner with the dog is still going to be a problem. The dog by itself, dog is going to be a problem. The owner by itself without a dog, for the most part, there's not going to be any type of problem, dealing with dogs if the dog isn't there. So again, the dog is the root of the problems, and if we eliminate the dogs, there's no problem. Like, I have never lived with a dog, and just by being in my homes without a dog, there has been no problems dealing with dogs. But the moment you step outside, go to the park, you have to deal with dogs. Dogs are there. Dogs are present. Therefore, we have to deal with dogs. Hope all that makes sense. But anyways, let's get into this. Quite a few things that I would like to discuss. And funny enough, I had mentioned in a few videos last week or 2 weeks ago regarding the pitbull ban in Ontario. And I was like, I clearly can see pit bulls still in Ontario. Apparently, there is there's a pit bull ban in Ontario, but I can still see these pit bulls. And we went through, the punishment for a dog not having a pit bull. And to say they can be fined, be thrown in jail, all that, but I don't see it happening, and I just don't see it happening. So this pit bull ban here, again, banning is like, I guess, maybe 10% of the battle, because when you're not reinforcing it and not eliminating these worthless mutts, they will continue to exist. They'll continue to exist in our society. We have to eliminate them. That is like the solution. and this ban has been in place since 2005. 2005. And I'm still seeing pit bulls. People are still being attacked by pit bulls in this very province, and even in the town close to me as well. Just had a girl a few weeks ago attacked by a pit bull. So just saying there's a ban and not, reinforcing it does nothing. It's pretty much pointless. But I found it kind of interesting how they posted this on November the 8th. Discussing, the 5 things about this pit bull ban, and we're gonna read what they say. They go through, what does the law actually say? The Dog Owners Liability Act states that no person shall own, breed, transfer, or import pit bull in Ontario. Again, I still see pit bulls. I still see them. Under the law, specific breeds are identified as these listed below. Clear as day, still see them around. However, the law restricts dogs that have an appearance and physical characteristics that are substantially similar to identified breeds. So this is how this whole ban can be manipulated. Just by them adding, if they have a different appearance from a pit bull, then that's okay. This ban is pretty worthless. How did the ban come about? Again, through October 2004, even before that, there was a surge. I remember it like it was yesterday. There was like a surge of pit bull attacks. A big surge of pit bull attacks. And that's why they banned them. So they banned these things because they're dangerous and because they're killing people. And the pit bull advocates are going to say, oh, they're sweet dogs. But why are they, if they're so sweet, why even ban them? I don't see any of the governments here banning rabbits or banning birds. They don't ban, deer. If anything, the government, encourages people to go shoot innocent deer. While these dogs are killing people left to right, the governments, they want us to just leave them alone, pretty much. Has the ban been effective? Let's see what they say when it comes to measuring the success of the law. It is almost impossible to define. That's because the province does not keep statistics related to ownership of pit bulls or bites. Instead, leaving enforcement of municipalities. Even still, the province does not regulate how they collect data. Again, this is just another way for them just to manipulate this ban or these dogs. And it's only dogs. It's only with dogs. My mic's not too loud, but it's only with dogs that they can do these types of things, and it's okay. They also add most local organizations, including the London Animal Care Centre, which is contracted by the city to carry out animal control and bylaw enforcement, says the ban has not had an effect on the overall number of bites. It's just like checkmate right there. The ban has not had an effect on the overall number of bites. And they confirmed the number of registered pit bulls in the city has decreased, as has the number of bites by pit bulls. As has the number of bites by pit bulls. Okay, they're saying one thing, then they're saying another thing. They say, what happens if you're caught with a pit bull or a pit bull type dog? Ottawa chose not to actively enforce the ban or operate a complaint-driven basis like Toronto. Here in London, the ban is enforced proactively and reactively, both through its own bylaw as well as through the dog ownership liability. The bylaw was drafted in an effort to make the enforcement process more sufficient and only rely on the courts to serve cases. Again, this is just pure manipulation just to allow these things to exist in the society. There are times where in your tax return or whatever, you're going to return money to the government. And it hasn't happened to me, but happened to others. If you leave out, let's say, 10 cents, a dime. Let's say you owe the government 10 cents. They're going to be knocking at your door for that. Maybe not literally, but they're going to be knocking at your door for that 10 cents. And if they don't get that 10 cents, they're probably going to repo your stuff. Do all this stuff for 10 cents. But they allow these dogs to pretty much, roam free in the province of Ontario. They allow them to bite whoever because they're able to manipulate these worthless laws. And they also have, under London bylaw, failure to follow a muzzle order for a pit bull results in $500. So again, there's a pit bull ban in Ontario. This is London, Ontario. There's a pit bull ban in Ontario where they say certain dogs are not allowed here. But then they say you're going to be fined $500 if your pit bull's not muzzled. I'm so confused. But then they also add ban can face up to $10,000 fine and 6 months in prison. So they want you to muzzle something that's supposed to be banned. Again, these laws are worthless. What happened to efforts to overturn the ban? After being elected in 2018, the provincial progressive conservative government expressed interest in repealing the ban. In 2019, this politic guy, introduced a private member's bill to repeal the ban, and it was referred to standing committee where it is now in limbo. However, after a 13-year-old boy in Vaughan was bitten in the face by an American bully, a separate breed that resembles a pit bull, in November 2021, Premier Doug Ford said the government would not proceed with changing the law at this point. Keyword is at this point. It said the government eased regulations allowing seized dogs that look like pit bulls to be released while an investigation into the breed takes place. Again, pure manipulation. Again, manipulation. Dog attacks stats in Canada. In Canada, 1 in 2 human deaths a year. 1 to 2 human deaths a year on average. And that's still, again, one too many. Can attribute to dog attacks. A stats that is comparable with the annual average of 15 deaths in the United States. United States. So again, even though it's lower than the U.S., it's still one too many. One too many. And these are man's best friend. These are things that are worshipped, put on a pedestal as perfect. They never harm people. They never attack people. But yet they're still killing people. Killing is still killing. And these dogs are going to say, what about people? Again, I'm not talking about people. The main topic here that I am discussing is dogs. If you want to talk about people, want to make a human-hating channel or video, go ahead and do so. This is all about dogs. We're discussing dogs. I'm not discussing cats attacking people. We're discussing these worthless mutts. These dognuts, they always want to bring up people. Always want to bring up people when you're discussing dogs. And the reason they do that is because they have no argument. They have nothing. They can't defend themselves. They can't. They have nothing. Because everything everything they use in this dog culture is all based on feelings and their delusion. That's it. There are no facts. None whatsoever. That's why they always go off topic and point the finger at humans. We're going to take a walk in Reddit. I'm not going to read everything, but there's a few Reddit posts about dogs in Canada. Extreme upset due extremely upset due to irresponsible dog owner. This person says, I am extremely upset and heartbroken. My 13-year-old son was walking to his friend's home, and one of the residents on the street had an unleashed dog, a German Shepherd, started chasing him. Finding this kid is most likely on the public property. The dog is aggressive and had a couple of incidents earlier with the other neighborhood dogs. As a result, my son started running and slipped and had serious injuries and had broken his iPhone. He was shaken to his core as a result of this incident. I talked to the people, and I was extremely upset of this unfortunate incident and hope they have learned from this irresponsible incident. Okay, and keep their dog leashed. To all dog owners, please be kind and keep your dogs on leash if they have any aggressive traits. So this person says, make sure your dog is leashed if they have any aggressive traits. And knowing these dog nutters, they don't see, even if their dog is aggressive, they don't see that their dog is aggressive. They don't see aggressive traits if your dog is aggressive. So to the dog nut, even if their dog is aggressive, and they know it, they're not going to admit it. They won't admit it. They're going to say this dog is sweet, friendly, a fur baby. So this statement is bogus. So upset, not sure what to do as he walks from there every day as the resident is on his way to a school bus stop as well. The update is after the owner's apology, and I promise that they will keep their dogs on the leash at all time and replace my son's phone with a similar one. We decided to let it go and told them to be responsible in the future. Okay, I mean, even if the Dognut is responsible, 100% responsible, these dogs can go berserk and still attack. So it doesn't matter if a dognut owner is responsible or not. These things will still attack and cause problems. So this person is most likely a dog nutter. This happened in Vancouver, North Vancouver. So many bad dog owners, or just me. I'm originally from the UK and have lived here for 3 years. I walk my dog. I hope this is this Canada? North Vancouver. Hope this is okay. Yeah, it probably is most likely. I'm originally from the UK and have lived here for 3 years. I walk this person is a dog nut as well. Dog on a leash at the same time every day and usually have no issues. Lately, I've had so many experience with terrible dog owners. Again, like I said in the beginning, as long as the dog is present, there is going to be problems. Their dog charge at my leash dog that I'm clearly trying to move out the way, and then act surprised when my dog barks at them to see them off. I literally had someone steal my dog's ball and say no when I asked for it back. This is dog nut culture for you. I especially have issues with owners with small dogs who think just scooping their dog up is the solution instead of trying to train them. Is it just me or does anyone else have these experiences? Again, dog owners, dog lovers, the dog nut, they're reckless. They are reckless. And this person, even though this person is, I guess you can say, a victim. Wait. Let's say that, yeah, okay, fine. For the sake of argument, this person is a victim. But they still own a dog. So they're still, part of the dog nut problem. You can't own a dog and complain. You can't. It doesn't make sense. You're part of this whole problem. And again, they're always pointing at the dog owner. Yes, the dog nut owner is also responsible. But they got to start pointing fingers at the worthless, brain-dead, mutant dog. Because it's the dog that is causing the problem. If the dog is there causing problems. No, if the dog is there, it will cause problems. If the dog is not there, then there's no problem. None whatsoever. So this person is just a dog nutter. In Toronto, barking dogs and bad owners. Let's see. Barking dogs and bad owners have gotten worse in Toronto. And this is where I grew up back in the day, man. I grew up in the T dot, and for the most part, from what I remember from like the late '90s, early thousands, a lot of close calls, a lot of loose dogs, a lot of dog problems, and I'm surprised I was never attacked. I don't know how I did it, how I survived, because sometimes I would have to walk to school for, like, let's say basketball practice for like 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. And it was like at least a 20-minute walk. So 20 minutes early in the morning, and sometimes late at night after games or practice, for leaving around maybe 5 o'clock when it's like night, dark, up this hill. And surprisingly, all these times I was never attacked. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that I can actually be here, sit here and discuss dog culture without a single dog bite on my skin. I was like maybe 12 to like 14 every day, walking 20 minutes to school, 20 minutes home, in the dark, in the night. Man, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. But anyways, I'm not just talking about the odd bark. I mean, people leaving their dogs by themselves at home, and the dog barking constantly nonstop. So again, it's because of the dog. I mean, if they're not home, what do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? I don't know. Again, the solution is to get rid of these things. But these people are not home, leaving the dog at home alone. But okay. But anyways, we're gonna read on. The dog will insistently and constantly bark viciously at every person and other dog on the street. This is a dog problem. Dogs that are clearly distressed and not properly handled. Again, these things are brain dead. And these dognuts like this expect people to brainwash these dogs, because they know that the dog's natural state is highly despicable and repulsive, which is why this post is made. They're not going to say the natural state of a dog is repulsive, but that's what they're implying, because they're saying that they're not properly handled, which means they're not properly trained, which means that their repulsive natural state of the dog is being shown off to the neighborhood. It seems to have gotten much worse over the last 5 to 8 years or so. I had someone move in next to me in my condo who would just leave for a whole weekend and leave their dog alone. Dognut, that's dog lovers for you. And would bark the entire 40 hours non-stop. These things would not survive out in the wild because they smell. So they smell, so predators and prey would be able to detect them. They're loud. Predators and prey would be able to detect them. They make too much noise. They're all over the place. They can't build a home. Therefore, they're easy prey for predators, and easy for prey to escape them. Now I'm in a different complex, and the person across the hall does the exact same thing. People just leave their dogs on the balcony to bark nonstop. It's dog culture for you. This is dog culture. This is what they do. They're reckless, they're repulsive, they're inconsiderate, they're disrespectful. This is what they do. If you're not saying these things need to be, get rid of or eliminated, and you're trying to find that 50-50. You're a little little crazy up there. There's no compromising with dog culture. These dogs cannot compromise. Whether it's a responsible so-called owner, dogs will not compromise. Even if you do train out the natural state of these worthless mutts, they're still disgusting dogs. And they're still going to, end of the day, behave like disgusting dogs. They're still worthless. But again, these people will tend to just point the finger at these owners and not realize maybe these dogs need to be, eliminated. In Edmonton, this is the dog lover for you. Edmonton man banned from owning pets, fined $1,200 in dog cruelty case. This is dog lover for you. What they found was they found a dog which was found to be in bad shape. I mean, all dogs are technically in bad shape. The veterinarian thought the animal should have been put down years earlier. Dog lovers for you. Under the Animal Protection Alberta titled the man a 10-year pet ownership probation and fined him over $1,000 on March 17th for putting the animal, again, dogs are an animal. Dogs are not animal in distress. Dogs are not animal in distress. Dogs are always in distress, always stressed out, always anxiety. This is dog culture for you. Where they, a lot of dog lovers, they abuse, they mistreat their worthless mutt. If anything, dog lovers have been way more vile to dogs than dog haters. And dog lovers will say, if you hate dogs, you're a bad person. Meanwhile, a lot of dog lovers are abusing and hurting, torturing, killing these worthless mutts. But then they want to, say people hate dogs are bad, but yet your fellow dognuts in your dognut culture are the ones, hurting your fellow worthless mutts. But you don't want to say anything about that. You want to just play ignorant and come up with all this stupid garbage, inaccurate, statements that really don't make any sense. But again, these dognuts, aren't about facts, aren't about the truth. And to be a dognut, you have to be naive. They attacked 3 dog owners in the same Canadian town last week. Look how beautiful this animal is. Man, look how beautiful this is. Then you look at this ugly thing, it's like, ugh. But, I mean, yeah, the other day I was driving, there's like a pond. As I'm driving by this pond, every time you look in there, there's all these beautiful birds, geese in there, and it looks so calming. The birds are cool, all the swans, Canadian geese, all the squirrels, everyone, all the animals are just chilling, and the scenery looks so beautiful. But then when you see dogs walking by, it just looks bad. Dogs make the scenery look horrible. So this thing is like disgusting. But when you look at this thing, it's like, dude, this is so beautiful. The scenery is so beautiful when these things are around. Man, dogs really kill the scenery. So 3 owners were attacked by deer. They said the most recent incident took place November the 2nd at around 8 a.m. A mule deer buck charged and attacked a 50-year-old woman who was walking 2 leashed worthless mutts in the neighborhood. According to the Coast Reporter, the victim was transported to the ambulance to a local hospital, and authorities did not give an update on her condition. And they also had the other 2 attacks that took place. throughout the week occurred on October the 26th and November the 1st. Both involved the women and their dogs, I'm going to say in WK, which sits across, I'm going to say Okanogan Lake from the larger town of, I'll say K. This was a 70-year-old woman. The woman reported a run-in with a deer that was determined to kill somebody. Right. Okay, I'm not believing that. She was in her own backyard when the deer charged her and her 5-year-old worthless mutt. No, I think the deer charged at the worthless mutt. And these, dog owners, instead of, saving themselves, they jumped in to save their dog. And in the process, they got stomped on. So you want to go and risk your life for these worthless mutts? You're going to have to pay the consequence. All for a worthless mutt. Let me not show this one. But yeah, if you're interested, you can look at the stats of Canada, dog attack stats of Canada since 2004. You can go to the site animals247.org, or you can just Google search this in the bar to look up the stats. All right, on to the next. Bear with me. Bear with me 1 second. Just trying to figure. Actually, no. Yes. All right. All right. So it's published October the 31st in 2023. And it says city issues warning to pet owners after Edmonton dog attacks increased 18% year over year. City of Edmonton's Animal Care and Control Center says dog attacks have increased by 18% year over year, and is reminding people of the importance of responsible pet ownership. Again, why do these dog nuts always shift the blame? Again, I'm always gonna keep saying this. Yes, the owner is also responsible, but they say nothing. They don't point any fingers. They ignore. They play ignorant when it comes to the dog. When it's the dog itself that is attacking, they never bring up the dog. It's always the closest human they can blame. Always is. And it just gets annoying. And the problem is the dog. The problem is the dog. If the dog is around, you're going to get bitten by the dog. Dog attack. That's the whole thing. Dog attack. But dog attacks, we don't look at the dog. They end up looking at the owner, talking about the owner. It's crazy out here. And they had over 569 complaints of dog attacks in Edmonton in 2023. 569. That is way more days than way more days in the year. So, and on days, there are maybe multiple, 3, 4 attacks in a day. And in 2022, 507. I'm telling you, the Dognuttery in Canada is, it's wild here. It is wild. They say the release said a dog owner was recently fined for maximum penalty of over $10,000 by a judge after his dog was deemed responsible for multiple attacks. Good. Should find this dog nutter. But it's kind of again, yeah, it's like these governments, they're just not getting it. They don't get it. They don't see the picture, the bigger picture here. Yes, the owner, the dumbass dog owner, is responsible. These worthless mutts are responsible. But if these dogs keep attacks are so high, if these dog attacks are so high, and the complaints of dogs are so high, maybe, I mean, just maybe, which it is, maybe the dog is the main problem here. Isn't it? Why aren't they, saying let's ban these dogs? Let's get rid of the dog. They're the problem. Man, it's just so annoying. They also add dog owners have a responsibility to ensure that their animal is well cared for. Again, dogs are worthless. Dogs are worthless. And well socialized and does not present a risk to public safety. With over 569 complaints, you'd think they'd get the message now. And if you want to add this year and last year, that's over 1,000 attacks or complaints. And they still aren't getting it. They're not getting it. Really? Really? Man. And they said avoid stressful situations by knowing your dog. And most times than not, these things are escaping their own home, their own quote unquote, I'm quoting with my fingers, territory. They escape from their territory and they will and attack someone on someone else's territory or on public property. So avoiding stressful, how do you avoid that? This dog culture is it's so dumb. Like, it really is dumb. It really is. They said recommend removing your dog from stressful situation when spotting these signs. And like I said, most of the times these things are escaping their property to attack someone. So all this stuff is, again, it's just for people to think that they care, that they think that they're intelligent, but it doesn't work. When you already have over 500 in the previous year, this isn't working. It isn't working. And we had an attack that injured a senior and killed a 5-year-old boy. Fire boy killed. Okay, let's see if this is recent. Oh, we already covered this already. Happened back in March. 5-year-old boy was killed in dog attack on one of the First Nations reserves. First Nations community, I should say. All right, more Edmonton Dognuttery. Pandemic pet phenomenon. One explanation for surge in Edmonton dog attacks. So we're going to play the video. Meantime, I'm going to get a drink of water. Wait, hope.
Well, the city says it is seeing a significant increase in reported dog attacks
Wait, I want to see. Hang on. Yeah, I'm using my speakers right now. I'm gonna. Hang on. Okay, I'm not hearing anything now. Why am I not hearing anything? Okay. Okay, I think I know. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me.
A dog owner whose animal was involved in multiple attacks. And as Miriam Valdez-Carletti reports, the city is looking for input on how it handles these kinds of situations.
It's been 3 months since Stephen Katranuk was attacked by a pit bull. The scars show the aftermath, multiple bite marks, including where a chunk of skin was missing.
If I do meet a pit bull, I am a little hesitant.
He says the dog was put down weeks later.
My hands are fine, with the exception of tendon, and this has healed up good too.
Attacks like the one suffered by Katranuk are on the rise, according to the city. There were nearly 600 dog attack complaints between January and July, an increase of 18% compared to last year, and an increase of 66% from 2021.
Down. Good. Heel.
Melissa Lalashnik has been training dogs for 7 years and isn't surprised to hear dog attack complaints have gone up. She blames the pandemic.
A lot of
see again. They like the previous video I made about Dognuts making excuses. They're always making excuses. Always making excuses for something. It's whether it's the owner, the victim, the weather. It's too hot. It's too cold. Their noise, the fireworks. Always, but they fail to look at the dog and say maybe. No, okay, not just maybe. It is the dog is the problem. Like, it's just baffling.
people have been not training their dog on leash, so they just assume they can go to areas that aren't safe.
And again, most attacks are done when the dog is off leash. Usually because they escape off their own property and attack people.
Or off leash permitted, they let their dog off, and those dogs have attacked other dogs that were on leash.
A lot of people love their animals like their own children.
Again, dogs are not real animals. They're mutants. They're disgusting, vile mutants.
Right, and I know I do. And yeah, it's scary when you see dogs that are not trained and they come to the park.
The city says last week a provincial court judge handed a dog owner the maximum fine of $10,000 after multiple dog attacks. Lalashnik says owners should train their pets early.
If they're not trained, if a dog lunges at you, and then if you're older, it can take you down, especially if it's icy. I've seen a lot of people get wrecked from the ice.
The city is looking to renew the 20-year-old animal licensing and control bylaw.
This is an opportunity to not only update some sections, but to also recognize some of the fundamental shifts in our relationships with animals.
A virtual public event will be held Thursday. Attendees can share the changes they'd like to see in the new bylaw renewal. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
See, it's just
the cities.
It's just them pointing the finger at everything, anyone, anything, except at these dogs. And this dog attacks isn't just in Edmonton. This is a global thing. We have dogs attacking when they're on leash, off leash, on property, when they go onto someone else's property. We have stray dogs who don't even have an owner attacking. We have dogs in shelters that are attacking. We have dogs attacking their own owners. And I gotta stop saying maybe. And I have to start training myself to say, hey, the problem is the dog. End of the day, the problem, the main source, is the dog. We don't hear this problem with cats, with birds, with rabbits, with fish. We don't hear about it. It is only with dogs. And it's not just in Edmonton. This is a global problem. But as this dog culture is, you have to be very naive, ignorant, and stupid to be a dog lover. Because if you're an intelligent dog lover, then it wouldn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. How can you be an intelligent dog lover? How can you be an open-minded dog lover? How can you be a factual dog lover? It doesn't make any sense. The whole basis of this dog culture is to lie, to be ignorant, to be stupid. But they always want to be pointing the finger at everyone, anything else except these worthless mutts. A little bit old, but again, I mean, no story is too old to shine the light on. This happened in February the 1st, 2010. Dogs that killed boy in reserve destroyed. So we have a 10-year-old. Was it 10-year-old? Why did I see 10 for some reason? 3 dogs believed to have mauled a young boy to death on a northern Saskatchewan reserve were destroyed by the RCMP, and the reserve chief said Monday. Yeah, the boy's 10 years old. The boy, who family members identified as 10-year-old Keith Iron, was attacked around 11:30 a.m. Saturday as he walked to his cousin's house on the reserve, which is about 300 kilometers north. Wait, what? He walked to his cousin's house on the reserve, which is about 300 kilometers north of North Battleford. I'm thinking, is he walking 300 kilometers? Okay. Earlier reports suggested the pack of wild dogs had attacked Iron, but Lever said the dogs were owned by the residents in the community who were badly shaken up by the incident. And here we have, again, no leash. The pack of these things without a leash still attacking. So this video we just watched, they blame the leash. We're not blame the leash, but they just only bring up leashes. They bring up well-trained and all this, but they ignore the fact that even stray dogs like this will still attack. And it's oftentimes when they do attack, it's usually when they're off leash, not when they're leashed. It does happen when they're leashed, but most times it's when they're off leash. And most times it's when they escape their territory and they attack. So videos like this, they're not gonna mention that. They're not gonna mention that because they'll incriminate themselves. Hang on 1 second. No, I don't want that one. Yes. Oh, alrighty. Dog bite in Saanich Park leaves father wanting action. CRD investigates all bites, doesn't follow one bite rule. All bites doesn't follow one bite rule. This time a 10-year-old girl was bitten twice by an unleashed dog. Again, a lot of these attacks are done by unleashed dogs. Trying to, I'm gonna increase not that. Okay, good. Hope you can see that. Anyways, she's been twice by unleashed dog in Balmacra Park in Saanich on October the 1st. Now her father is demanding answers. I mean, Anyways, Bill Liu said his daughter has suffered terrible physical, psychological trauma since the incident. My daughter never touched the dog or provoked it or did something that would make us have part of the responsibility. Come on. This thing speaks for itself. Lou's daughter, Mercy, was taken to Royal Jubilee Hospital by a pizza delivery driver who offered to help. The dog that bit her was an English foxhound. Let's see what kind of worthless mutt this is. These are hunting dogs, mind you. These are hunting dogs. Keep that in mind. The Liu said should have what? Sorry. The dog that bit her was an English foxhound that Liu said should have been on a leash. Liu said the dog owner was not thinking about his family's safety, and he has contacted a lawyer to see what he can do. The dog owner was not thinking about his family's safety. Dog owners don't even think about their own safety or their own children's safety, only baby safety. So why would they even want to even think about someone else's family safety? Obviously, this father, I mean, I know he means well. He does mean well, and his actions are most likely the most, rational and correct. But you can tell that this guy knows nothing about these worthless mutts. He knows nothing. Even though this child didn't provoke the thing. What do you say? Yeah, child never touched the dog or provoked it, did something. But I guarantee this guy did not, tell or teach his children that dogs are horrible. But that never ever came up as a discussion. Hey daughter, hey son, let you know something. Dogs are horrible. Don't believe anything you see in the cartoons, on the TV, in the media, what your friends say. Dogs are horrible. Dogs will attack you. You're young, you're smaller size. Dogs usually target people like you. Dogs aren't your friend. They don't know you. They don't care. All they know is to attack. That's it. Everything the media or whoever says, it's all lies and it's all made up. It's made up just so they can make money from these dogs and these people who own dogs. It's all about the money, all about the lies. So, son, daughter, stay away from dogs. Be mindful, be vigilant, and here, take this, weapon with you. Take this weapon with you. If you see a dog and it approaches you, use it. Use it. Don't care about the dog's feelings. Don't care about the dog owner's feelings. It's either your life or the dog's life. So if any dog comes at you, be ready to use it and take the dog out. That's how these conversations should be. Should be like on a weekly basis, talking about how bad dogs are. So yeah, unprovoked attack to a 10-year-old, and the father thinks that the Dognut should consider his family's safety. Yeah, right. I don't want to see scars. Okay. Try not to look at the title, but it says, title is Norfolk dog attack victim told herself, "I think you're dead." A Norfolk County woman is recovering in a Hamilton hospital after a horrific dog attack a week ago while she took out her garbage. Chris Burnett, 75, said she was taking her trash out to a bin at her condominium complex in Nixon when trouble hit. Again, as easy as that, such an easy task. Taking out your garbage, getting mauled. walking to your friend's house, getting mauled. Doing nothing to the dog, you still get mauled. Easy as that. You could be a good child, a bad child, good person, bad person, old, senior. It doesn't matter. If these things want to attack, they're going to attack you. As I was starting to come out, I could hear a dog barking in the distance. When I heard growling very close outside the door, she said, from her bed at St. Joseph's Hospital. I wasn't really afraid yet until I opened the door and saw what was sitting there. I know the face of a pit bull. You see enough of them on the news. Bonnet said she tried to get back inside her wooden carrel where the garage bin is stored, but a wheel on the large door wasn't working well. Oh, that's like a horror movie. When I saw him there, I said to myself, I think you're dead. That's what went through my mind, she recalled. She got me. It was pretty scary, just like a horror movie. She also added, I was yelling and screaming because he had me on the ground. I managed to get up once or twice, but he got me back down again. These things have one goal. It's not to love, it's not to teach, it is to kill. These dogs' only main goal is to kill. That's it. Attack, kill. If they're attacking to kill. But the dognut culture, they're so ignorant. Someone please explain to me if the Staffordshire Bull Terrier has been banned in Ontario. How come they're still being shown in the confirmation dog show rings? And I've mentioned this. This guy says dogs, get rid of them all. Yay. And again, just like this person said, I've mentioned it before. They're supposedly banned. And let's recap. I want to go back to why am I not? Why is this not? Why isn't? I'm sorry. Not the one I wanted. All right, here we go. I'm still working out the kinks. So yeah, she asks, are the Staffordshire Terrier? Yeah, I can't pronounce the word. Staffordshire Bull Terrier, are they banned? And according to this site, yes, pit bull terriers. These ones are all banned in Ontario. But yet, just like her, we are still seeing, or him, we are still seeing these dogs everywhere. And some people still believe that pit bulls are good pet material. Oh, man. We can see. Because they are. They're no different from... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This person responds, because they are. They are no different from German Shepherds, Dobermans, or even some Retrievers. It's all about the owner, but yet... it is the pit bull that has been killing way more people, even including dogs as well, than any other animal, real animal, or any other dog ever. This person thinks pit bulls should be banned in every country. As an owner, how can you let a dog like that out of your sight? They should be fined a large amount of reason up other owners who wish to own these types of dogs. I think the punishment should be having these pit bull nut owners live in a cell with strange pit bulls, and let's see how that turns out to be. Good God, wishing the poor woman speedy recovery. This person said the owner should get a severe penalty. It says here, numbskulls say small dogs bite too. Why are pit bulls misunderstood? Never heard of a toy poodle ripping a child apart. I have a pit bull owner in the neighborhood whose personality matches that of an aggressive pit bull. These dogs are made for killing, which they are. They were created to kill. They were created to kill bulls for entertainment, mind you. The owner of this dog knows he is responsible for the attack, but probably doesn't care, like all dog owners. If a dog attacks, grab its front legs and pull upward, breaking them at the shoulder. I read a couple more. Pit bulls may have been banned on paper, but there are more of them now than when the ban was implemented. One can say the ban isn't worth the paper it was written on. Again, I'm not making things up. I don't lie around here. I don't lie here. There's nothing to lie about here. I may come up with my theories. If I do come up with a theory or an opinion, I'm always going to say my theory is, my opinion is this. But everything else is fact. Fact. Truth. Fact. Man. Might be the same one. Yeah, same one. Yeah. So these are hunting dogs. They're used, by dognuts to kill innocent animals. Let's see if they're going to show it on the images. They're used to kill innocent animals. These things are hunting dogs, but yet they cannot survive on their own, though. What kind of a worthless hunter are you? Anyways. I think I have one more window. Yep, I do. Alright. Oh, I'm past the hour yet? Yep, past the hour. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Last bit of, a couple things I want to share. Before that, I have to go off topic for a second. For a month, I think for the month of October, all I drank was water. That's all I drank. No juice, no coffee, no tea, no Gatorade, none of that. Like, just strictly water. And if anything, I either felt the same and or better. I always used to like drink Powerade or Gatorade to give me energy. But just by me just drinking water alone, I felt like I had more energy than I did when I drank the Gatorade and Powerade. So for the most part now, I'm still, majority of what I drink is water. I'll say 95% of what I drink now is water. And occasionally I'll have some juice. If I'm going to drink a pop, we call it pop down here, or soda, it's going to be ginger ale. If I'm going to drink juice, it's going to be like apple cider, like the real organic apple cider, orange juice. It's going to be ginger ale. Or it's going to be like some like the almond or oat milk. That's all I drink. So it's strictly just water and those things. And I've had so much energy. Like, I don't feel tired or anything like that whatsoever. So I'm just putting that out there. If anyone is curious, even though it's very random. But anyways, last bit. This, what year was this? This was made in November the 27th in 2014. This is from British Columbia, the province of British Columbia, in short form, BC. They set standards for police dog use. I'm not going to read all of them, but we made the first few. One of the rules or expectation, handler responsibilities, deployment and bite guidelines. They say police dogs may bite only if someone is causing or about to cause bodily harm or is fleeing or hiding in the circumstances that there are reasonable grounds for intimidate. Standards of bite treatment reporting review. Police agencies will be required to complete a detailed report for each bite incident and provide related data to the province. Requirement for annual testing for every dog handler team. Notable dogs must demonstrate their continued ability to be called off, remain under control while biting, and promptly release bite upon hearing their handler's command. This was in effect in 2015. Let's fast forward now. Fast forward, still in BC, and as I search BC police dog attacks, and already we have a police dog biting off a off-duty. Okay, fine, I'll click it. So we have criminal charges possible after BC police dog bites off-duty inspector in Surrey. How about that? And people want to look at police dogs as well trained and you know they're attack proof or whatever, but that is never the case. Let's read the headlines. No charges against Abbotsford cop whose dog bit a man. BC police dog bites under scrutiny by advocates. BC police inspector sues RCMP after being I guess violently attacked by a police dog. Police watchdog recommends charges after police dog attack. Police dog bit off most of bystander's ear during mistaken identity takedown. This one says police dog pose a serious risk to school children. So do all dogs. See in the news. I'm not sure what happened here. Probably the same one I just read, but going to trial. Let's see. I'm gonna see if any recent. Let's go. I'm gonna go with a year. Dogs involved in Leduc attacks, a euthanize. So it's so irrelevant. No. Yeah, so you get the point. So they made all these rules for police dogs, but yet, just from the first page, there's been still have been a lot of, uncalled for attacks by police dogs. And these are the things that, people are going to worship. They're going to worship these worthless police dogs. And when they die or retire, they're going to have these long, pointless parades for a dog When a dog dies, they have these pointless, worthless parades for a worthless mutt. Let's see. Police dog dead. Few. Yeah, so when a worthless police dog dies, they have these worthless like parades for a freaking worthless mutt. Waste of time for a dog that really did not do a single thing for itself or for anyone. It didn't do anything, but they are worshipped. It's dog culture. It's dognuttery, and that's what you expect for these dognuts to worship dogs for doing nothing, praising them for doing nothing. Like really. And they're going to have these big parades for a worthless mutt that really did not have a choice whether it wanted to join the police force. These things are forced to. They most likely, some of them probably beat these things. They abuse them. Then feed it food for attacking people. Then that's what you get. And many occasions, these things will attack the police themselves. They'll attack their own owner of the worthless mutt. It's just baffling how dog culture can be so ignorant to these things. But anyways, I'm gonna end it there. This is Dognuttery in Canada, episode number 10. Again, calling this Wild Dog Nut Country, where we looked at a few attacks in Edmonton. Looked at a few of the attack stats in Edmonton, where it's up to over nearly, you'll say, 600 now. Close to 600 attacks in Edmonton alone. We've seen children again still being attacked. Dognuts, making up excuses. Instead of looking at the dog as the problem, they point the finger at either the person, at the COVID, at the weather, at the noise, instead of admitting that the dog is the problem. And that needs to stop. We have dognutters being annoyed by other dognuts. I mean, if you're a dognut being annoyed by other dognuts and other dogs, and you still can't see that these things are a problem, then something is really wrong with you. You as dognutters, this is just me talking, you really don't have any right to complain about any dogs that are bothering you. If you insist in getting these things, getting a dog, then you are part of the problem too. You own one of these things too, and you can't really complain. And I think a lot of these dognuts, these general dognuts, they don't really have an argument against pit bulls and against the bully breed, community, because these pit bulls would not exist if it weren't for these general dognuts. These general dognutters pretty much open the door for the pit bull. People will always be dognutters first before they become pit nutters. So you general dognutters who hate pit bulls or bully breeds, you are the problem too. And if you want these things to be banned and eliminated and whatever the case may be, then you have to get rid of your dog too, because you have no real argument. Because these pit nutters can use, hey, your dog is this, your dog does this, your dog attacks this. You have no argument. Your dog is disgusting. But for dog haters, Can I spell? But for sorry, but for dog haters, anti-dog people, we have a legitimate, or at least I can say I have a legitimate argument against these worthless mutts. Against all of them. Every single one. Obviously, they're not all the same. But end of the day, they're all different, but they're still come from the same, root. They're still dogs at the end of the day. And all dogs should be eliminated. So this is not me. I'm not really discriminating. But you as dog nuts, pitbull nutters can say, hey, you're discriminating. And some dog nuts who are on that borderline, who know pit bulls are horrible, they don't want to discriminate and say ban pit bulls. So you know what they do? They just cave in and say all dogs, just so they don't discriminate, just so they can fit in, just so they can be part of the herd mentality. But again, me as an anti-dog, dog hater, I hate all dogs, and all dogs need to be eliminated. When you have a dog in an area, the dog is a problem. When you have a dog and an owner in the area, the dog is the problem. When you have a dog owner without a dog in the area, there is really no problem. Gonna there. This is another Worthless Mutts. I am Gore the Dog Butcher, and remember, it's okay to hate dogs. Thank you for joining me.